Above all else in this life, I think we need to look back and understand that we have the ability to do anything that we want. We can try anything different from the past, and we can do a lot of things new and foreign to us. And an area of that is starting new traditions. Now, this is a quart container with a lot of gummy bears. Starting in my college years, my sister got me for one Christmas 10 pounds of Haribo Gummy Bears. And now she gives it to me every Christmas. It's become a routine thing. I bring this to parties, I bring this to hangouts, and it's become kind of a phenomenon in my friend group, I think. It's become really something different. It's become a tradition. If she hadn't done that, I wouldn't have had some of the experiences that I wouldn't have had, and that's what forging new traditions can do for your life. For me recently, I went to one of my friends' house, and this friend specifically, he's constantly away from home because he wants to serve the country. And we're all really proud of him being able to do that. And I actually forgot to bring this, quart container of gummy bears halfway to his house, which is like a 5-minute drive. It hit me. I'm like, I forgot him. I carried on, and it actually got brought up. He's like, oh, why didn't you bring the gummy bears? And I was like, look, I forgot about him halfway to your house, and I didn't want to go back. A few years ago when my sister bought me these 10 pounds of Haribo Gummy Bears, I don't think she expected that to be a conversation that I would have in this life. And it's not just with my friends locally here. I brought this up to school. I went to school in Central New York, Ithaca College, go Bombers. And I would bring most of these containers up. I would just bring them with me. I'd snack on them throughout the week, and I'd bring these to dorm parties, or pre-games if you call them. That's what they're called, pre-games. And you would be surprised how much of a hit gummy bears are when you just randomly bring them to a function, when you randomly bring them to a party. You don't expect gummy bears to be a high-focused, high-profile item. And yet they are. Yet they are. And more specifically, with these parties and afterwards, when I wouldn't go out, because I didn't actually go out until I got of age to get to go to bars. I did not get a fake ID. I'm not about that life. But the memories I have from bringing gummy bears to these events really stand out to me. Besides eating them, sometimes they would just be fun. We just throw them at each other. They don't really hurt, but that's what we do. We'd throw them at each other, and it would be kind of just a fun thing to do. And they don't really go bad, gummy bears, at all. But we'd snack on them, we'd use them as projectiles, and year after year, they would become, and they have become, a constant around the end and beginning parts of years in my life. Specifically at school as well. If you've ever heard of Kendall Day, that's a party. And I remember one time, I think this might have been my last ever Kendall Day, because I didn't get to do 4 Kendall Days like everyone got to do. My first year going up to school, we were just coming back off the pandemic, and I didn't want to really do any of that. And then I graduated a semester before normal schedule. I graduated in the winter. So I only got 2 Kendall Days. And my last Kendall Day, was my junior year with so many people I knew eventually graduating. I was very close with a lot of the guys, and still am with a lot of the guys who were in the year ahead of me. And I guess in the end, technically we graduated the same year. I graduated a semester later. But I brought these gummy bears with me. And again, you'd be surprised at how much they were a hit. I'd roam around from group to group. I kind of was a nomad. And I think I still am a nomad when it comes to just being friends with people. I think I'm friends with a lot of people. Maybe those levels of friendship might not be as big as other people who have a smaller circle of friends, and I honestly haven't been in touch with too many people since graduating. But I would roam around from group to group with gummy bears. And I kid you not, there were times where a few people, there was this group of 3 to 4 guys, every time I walked past them, they'd come up to me, they'd take a few gummy bears, and we'd both be on our merry ways. We'd all be on our merry ways. That's a tradition. That was the one time I did it. I did it the following winter because we have SantaCon as well. SantaCon and Kendall Day. I'm probably going to talk about some other things from those days when I have the courage to really speak of it. Not because they're very bad, but I need to format them the right way. But I brought these things with me, and they were a hit. Most recently, New Year's. Last few years, we've gone to my friend's house and been there, a group of about 20. It was a lot, not this 2025 into 26. 2024 and 2025 had 30 people there. They didn't have that number of people this past year because a lot of stuff happened. And I brought these gummy bears. And, my friend who was hosting, his mom would always come by and have a few. She would constantly snack on them throughout the night. This past year especially, we almost finished a whole thing of these. A whole thing of these gummy bears. Probably I can't really do it because I'm holding the microphone, but that much. Look at my ring and my pinky. There was that much left. That's how much people were snacking on gummy bears. And honestly, it became a topic of conversation. We were talking about the different flavors. We were talking about what each color, what the flavors were. And, I had a conversation with someone who we were just talking about what the favorite colors were and what our favorite flavors of these gummy bears were. And you don't expect that. You don't expect that with just having these on hand. But it happens. And it happened. And now I don't even second guess my sister anymore. She gets these 10 pounds of Haribo Gummy Bears from me every Christmas. Out of what at first might have been a simple gift idea, and might even a joke at that, because I love gummies, man. I probably was born and raised off of Welch's fruit snacks. I remember one time for a scout trip, we stopped at a gas station on the way back from one of the longer trips we did down to local cities. And we went to Philadelphia one year, we went to Gettysburg another, and I got a giant share-size thing of Welch's fruit snacks, and I ate the entire thing in the car. And we wonder why I had 15 cavities growing up. And there was no airflow in the car. And you know how Welch's fruit snacks smell. You know how they smell. It was deathly sweet. Think of going into a dentist office and getting your daily checkup with your teeth. and multiply that by 25. It was bad. And honestly, a fun quote that I could still think about from time to time was one of the other guys in the car, my ear. He said, "The car smells fruity." Fruity. And again, traditions. What's something that you want to start in your life? What's a gift that maybe you think would be a fun gift, whether it be food related, whether it be clothing related, that you can do again and again, year after year, birthday after birthday, Christmas after Christmas? What do you want to try? What do you want to throw out into the world and maybe bring to someone special that you think they would love? And it might not exactly be 10 pounds of Haribo Gummy Bears, but when you do that, and if it strikes a right chord, it strikes the right chord, you can build a new tradition. And in this life that we live, we should be focused more on doing that. We should be focused more on bringing new traditions to this world and upholding them in our lives as we grow old.
Bonus content.
I have been busy. The sun is setting. I really think this will come out nice, though. I think recording these at dusk might be the move for the future, because the lighting really shines. It's not overexposed in the back. Let me know if you want me to continue shooting these videos at night out on the porch. And also, let me know some ideas you want me to talk about. Do you want me to talk about books? Tell me to talk about books. I've been reading. I've been trying to read a little bit each day. That could be something else to talk about. I don't have much else really to say. Go buy some Haribo Gummy Bears if you're watching this. Eat them, enjoy them. They might be loaded with a lot of sugar, but they're pretty good. Bye now.